Hello YouTube and welcome back, not just to the channel after it has had a short little break, but also welcome back to Halo. As you may have seen, I finished Halo 1 in the Master Chief Collection recently on this channel and I had an absolute blast with it. Subscribe by the way if you want to see more Halo content, because I do have a lot more upcoming, and subscribing and liking shows that you want it soon, so I will get to producing it quicker. Anyways, away with that little tangent. Today we continue the journey of Halo and the Master Chief in Halo 2 Anniversary. I have not as many things to say. If you watch the first one, you know my stance on Halo. I know little to nothing about the series and its lore. I've seen only a few clips of it here and there. This is basically as close to blind as anyone is going to get in modern day and age with Halo, so yeah. I am probably going to piss you off a lot with my opinions and my misknowledge of this franchise. And yeah, you should probably watch the first video to Halo 1 just so you know what I already know and you know my stance on things, what I like, what I dislike, and yeah. Enough talking. Let us begin with Halo 2. And just like the first one, it starts with one hell of a good cutscene.
There was only one chip.
One? Are you sure?
Yes. They called it the Pillar of Autumn.
Why was it not destroyed with the rest of their fleet?
It fled as we set fire to their planet. But I followed with all the ships in my command.
When you first saw Halo, were you blinded by its majesty?
Blinded?
Paralyzed? Dumbstruck?
No.
Yet the humans were able to evade your ships, land on the sacred ring, and desecrate it with their filthy footsteps.
Noble hierarchs, surely you understand that once the parasite attacked...
It is difficult for me to put into words just how good this game's beginning is. The cutscenes are gorgeous, first of all, let's get that out the way. Secondly, while the first game, you know, it already felt large, but in comparison, first game only followed a single battle in this intergalactic war, the battle for Halo. This game immediately expands on it. Within the first cutscene, we get to learn more about the politics, more about the government's hierarchy. And yeah, expanding is the motto of Halo 2. I will get into that later, but the intro cutscene establishes, as I said, how the Covenant truly functions, who leads it, and we get introduced to one of the main characters, the Arbiter, the elite that was in charge of the fleet that tried and failed to defend Halo from the UNSC forces. And we get to see him be stripped naked. Why am I salivating?
Whoa, hey.
Get to see him get dehumanized, if it makes sense in this context, because he's an alien, and punished for committing the sin of failing to defend the holy ring of Halo. In contrast, we get to see Master Chief and Sergeant Johnson, the best character to ever exist, both get praise for destroying the ring and delivering a hefty blow to the Covenant forces. It really mirrors the contrast of these two characters, bound by the same journey, divided by very much differing outcomes. Why am I being recorded? You told me you'd only do this for your OnlyFans.
And you told me you were gonna wear something nice. Folks need heroes, Chief, to give them hope. So smile, would ya? Well, we still got something to smile about.
That line holds very true, because at the end of this cutscene, a small Covenant fleet suddenly appears right in Earth's orbit. They have found the humans' home planet and are currently invading it over the floating Cairo stations around Earth erupts. And my gosh, is this a good first level. Just like Pillar of Autumn in Halo 1, it is explosive, it is epic, and it teaches you everything you need to know, while also, because it's Halo 2 after all, introducing tons of new mechanics, most of which I didn't figure out because I'm fucking dumb. Before, only certain weapons in Halo 1 could zoom in. Now every weapon can do it, but snipers can double zoom, and pistols can be dual wielded. There are also other major gameplay changes. Power-ups like the invisibility or the overshield have been removed from the campaign, and you no longer have to collect medikits to fill up your health bar. So immediately the game introduces you to all the things that have changed since you first visited the universe of Halo. However, there is more to this level than just that. It also introduces human turrets as a new mechanic in-game, as well as some new enemies in form of jetpack elites and grunts, as well as these insect monsters that are the bane of my existence with how annoying they are. I'm letting you have it! Ah, I hit my head! Gosh, this game feels good! Makes me come all over it! Sorry.
Malta, what is your status? Over.
I don't believe it! They're retreating!
I don't trust them.
This is bad. Real bad.
They've hidden bombs on our ships. That's actually really fucking sick. No! I will avenge that motherfucker. I liked him. His head was nice and shiny. Shoot at me all you want. You're dying here. Oh boy, they're throwing everything they have at me now. Hello. Oh boy, new enemies. I'd love to see it. Nah. Oh boy. Weird, like the voice lines.
Sir, boarders have breached the fire control center. They have a bomb.
Can you defuse it?
Yes, but I'll need the Chief's help to make contact with the detonator.
Chief, get to the bomb. Double time. Cortana, first echelon, you're with me. Blanket those cruisers. Take them out one by one. Second echelon, keep those carriers busy.
What in the fuck are you?
I'm going loud.
We got insects up in this bitch. Yeah, oh. That will make this a lot easier. At the end of the level you find the bomb that the Covenant has hidden on your Cairo station. And while the other two have suffered the same fate of blowing up, Master Chief actually manages to save the one he is on by deactivating the bomb. His plan is not finished with the bomb being disarmed. He has a little bit of something extra in mind for the attacking Covenant fleet. What follows is a cutscene that I simply must let play out in its full length, because when this shit started playing for the first time, my jaw hit the floor and I was silent for like 20 minutes after it. Like, just look at this.
Just one question. What if you miss?
A good question for another time.
pretty good.
Started this shit brick by brick.
Oh, what's that? You thought we're done with cinema level cutscenes? What a fool you are, what a buffoon, what a tomfoolery little fella. We are not even close to done with cutscenes of this cutting edge grade. The literal next one, the second level opens with one that is arguably just as good as this one. Because Super Earth is under attack by the cruel Illuminate, or in this case, I don't know how is Earth in Halo called. Earth is under attack by the Covenant, and it is up to you to defend it.
The message just repeats. Regret. Regret. Regret.
Catchy. Any idea what it means?
Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth. And we most definitely regret the Corps just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet. Hoorah!
Regret is a name, Sergeant. The name of one of the Covenant's religious leaders. A prophet. He's on that carrier, and he's calling for help.
Immediate. Grid Kilo 2-3 is hot. Recommend mission abort.
Roger, Recon. It's your call, Sarge.
We're going in. Get tactical, Marines!
Master Chief, get aboard that carrier. Secure the Prophet of Regret. This is the only place on Earth the Covenant decided to land. That Prophet is going to tell us why. Stand by.
If I have to explain to you why the Covenant invading Earth is one hell of a sick-ass set piece, you have to kill yourself right now, because my lord, it is glorious. The invasion of Earth is cut into 2 missions, and the first one is decently good, but it pales in comparison to the second one. But before we get there, let us go through this one mission at a time. In the first mission, after crashing yet again, just like in Halo 1, Master Chief has to, also like in Halo 1, reunite with other soldiers and Marines that have also crashed in the city. Along this journey you'll of course find new terrain that you've never seen before, some new vehicles you've never fought before and never will again, and you will meet a new enemy, these sniper jackals. That I can imagine, and I've heard that on higher difficulties that they are a pain in the ass. Yeah, the mission is good enough. The set piece definitely carries it a long way though, because level design wise, it's not exactly what you'd expect after such an explosive intro cutscene. It just mostly boils down to you walking around and getting lost, but there are some pretty damn cool battle scenes on a beach. This is also where another innovation of Halo 2 comes into play. You can now steal vehicles from the enemy, and the enemy can steal vehicles from you, making vehicle combat just that much more dynamic. Gosh, I love it. And it took you that long. I am picking up stuff. Refrain from shooting me. Oh, it's a red one. Oh my lord! Okay, come on! Oh! No grenade needed. They look very creepy, what the fuck? Well, I've dealt with you before, I'll deal with you again. Welcome to Pound Town. Wow, some 4. Oh, we're playing a horror game now. What is this? Am I ever gonna have to use my flashlight again in this game? Genuine question. Because in the first Halo game you had to use it once.
I don't think they want you to get on board.
That bridge is the most direct route to the city center.
They may not want me on board, but nowadays it's no longer about what we want. It's about what happens. Yeah, deep quotes. I made this epic quote a few days ago. It is, in my opinion, one of the best quotes ever written. I'm gonna put it on screen. I'm really proud of this quote from me. Please tell me how you feel about it. Oh boy, I'm about to be outgunned here, am I not? Well, I didn't like that character that much anyway. Get to cover, soldiers! Why can't I not take these guns?
I've been analyzing the Covenant tactical chatter. They're surprised, confused. I don't think they expected us to be here. Not you and me. All of us. Humanity on Earth. Odd, I know, but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
Honestly, that is very, very cool. Like a nice little detail. Yeah, obviously aliens wouldn't know that this is our capital planet. They just think, oh boy, another planet from them. They wouldn't have like any special thoughts about it. That's a very cool detail. I like that. Got that. Fuck, I messed that. No, no. Last checkpoint. I am ramping off that shit. Didn't know this was a chase scene. I know what you want me to do.
The Covenant must be trying to regroup. Don't let them.
I won't. Gonna get to the very front of this convoy and then blow one up with grenades. Like that. That didn't do shit, did it? Get me in that Warthog. Yeah, dodge up the way, motherfucker. Come on! Fight me, coward! As humanity begins fending off the Covenant invasion more and more, they inch closer to their goal of boarding the Covenant's only capital ship that managed to land in the city, so they can interrogate the Prophet that is inside of it. However, there is one last big problem standing between the Master Chief and the Prophet. The Covenant has deployed a new weapon, a Scarab, a gigantic walking vehicle. It's the bastard that shut us down in the first place. We are to take it out and thus make this whole mission a whole lot easier so we can catch the Prophet before he leaves. This mission is unbelievably good. Firstly, Johnson says this and this gets me hard every time.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
I love Sergeant Johnson. Sorry Cortana, he's mine. Piss off. This mission is an absolute peak Halo, and it will be for a long time the last truly good mission of this game. More on that later in this video. It starts with you just slamming your tank into the Covenant armada while the Halo theme blares in the background, and it's epic as hell. Then you go through the tunnels on foot or on vehicle, fighting your way through, getting closer and closer to the ship of the Covenant. And at the end of it, you have this big epic fight scene out on the streets, which ends with you boarding the Scarab and destroying it. Yet again, Halo's amazing open level design kicks in during this last part, where you can just genuinely do whatever you want. It's basically a sandbox. I took this purple sex toy vehicle, slammed it up a staircase and ran over like 300 innocent civilians and soldiers before slamming down onto that Scarab and using it to board the ship and blast everyone inside. Also, you get this energy blade weapon introduced here, and my god, does it make me want to... Holy shit, this beat goes hard! What the fuck did that thing do? Did it just backflip and kill itself? Come on, take it out. Good. Then we do the same with this one. Ow! The level ends with a genuinely stunning cutscene where in a last resort, the Covenant uses the explosion that happens when they warp through space to destroy the city. That is such a sick way to win a battle. I am still in awe. But yeah, Master Chief and the rest of the human team chase the ship to wherever it's going, but we the player will only figure out where that is later. Because for now the story takes a detour to focus on the second main character, the Arbiter. He has an actual name, but I have no clue what it is. But in this cutscene he gets branded as the Arbiter. What used to be a role and position of honor in his tribe, but after the Covenant destroyed the entire culture that the elites have, it has now become a mark of shame. You just wear a shitty armor and are sent out to missions that are nothing short of suicide missions. That is all that the Arbiter has become, and you have now been branded by it. And you get to, for 2 entire missions, play as an elite from the Covenant, which is a cool ass idea. You get this invisibility cloak and have to play a lot more stealthily as you invade a station that is near the first Halo ring that exploded, because at the end, in like a secret cutscene in Halo 1, you get to figure out that Guilty Spark actually found a group of elites near the ring, and these elites since have started a rebellion against the Covenant. They have become heretics, and you are meant to quell this heresy. And sadly the levels that you partake in are anything but really that good. The first of these 2 levels is actually still pretty okay. It's of course carried by the story and the sort of shock value that comes from playing as an elite for the first time. But even without that, it's still fine. It has you invading the facility, fighting a lot of other elites, including this new enemy, this traitor, heretic elite that has even stronger shields and carries a laser beam. And the level also towards its end has a pretty decently epic flying section. But besides that, it's just a pretty bare-bones stealth level and pales in comparison to the Master Chief levels that came before it. Are we done? Come on! You can't just do that! Nothing here. Oh boy.
Deal with him, my brothers. I will defend the Oracle. Its truth must not be silenced.
What? Was I meant to like kill him right there? Was I meant to just shoot him? Oh no, there was a window in the way. Well, this calls for stronger guns. Where did this guy go? That's... Where the hell is this guy? Oh. Where are these people? Hold it! He dodged me while I was invisible. Honestly, that deserves some praise. What the hell is this music? But holy shit, this is cool. I am in the ship. Stop running me. Listen, if the music wasn't so completely out of place, this would be really good. It sounds like the opening to a rom-com. Like a action rom-com or some fucking shitty western cartoon. Like seriously, what in the fuck am I listening to? And what in the fuck is a Banshee bomb? Eventually, under the command of Tartarus, that is that big monkey guy that works for the prophets, the leader of your team, Halfjaw, and you, the Arbiter, both get into the facility's deepest parts. The parts where 343 Guilty Spark is hiding alongside the heretic leader. And as you enter, a big secret about this facility is revealed.
What is it? That stench. I've smelled it before.
It is revealed that this facility is being used to experiment on the Flood. And, well, you can all guess how this level goes from there. The Flood eventually breaks out and begins taking over the facility as you confront the heretic leader time and time again. He flees each time but gives you a little bit more information about as to why he has left the Covenant team, so to speak. He works with Guilty Spark and thus is one of the few people that actually knows that the Halo rings destroy the universe as we know it. Remember, the Covenant is based on their whole insane religion that upon the activation of the Halo rings they will all ascend into the true godhood, which is where the Forerunners, the ones that built all these ancient structures, apparently are residing. It's a really complex thing with the lore, I'll get into it a little bit more later, but all that you need to know right now is that our Arbiter, he starts having a few thoughts. After all, the heretic is being informed before 3 Guilty Sparks, so maybe he has a little bit more to his words than just lies. But that is all for later in this game, because this level isn't really that good or fun besides the story. You fight waves of Flood, get on this elevator that takes like 2 years to go down while doing nothing, and then you have a boss fight with the heretic leader. Halo 2 has 3 boss fights and all 3 of them are absolute dog shit. This one is probably the best though. The heretic leader is basically just a elite with a jetpack, but he can make 2 clones of himself and has stronger shields. Good job, I'm finally getting some support. Let me guess, one of them is like gonna come onto our ship and we're not gonna be able to kill it quickly enough, so like our Covenant gets invaded.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
I'm coming after the heretic. What is it that you seek, traitor? The way of the Covenant is the only way!
This will save me from the storm, but you will be consumed. Arbiter, where is he?
Stinking floodbait boxed himself in tight. We'll never break through this.
Then we shall force him out.
How?
The cable. I'm going to cut it.
Get everyone back to the ships.
Alright, should I maybe go down? I don't know if that's gonna help me, but I can. Take me down and make it quick. Did I kill him? Oh.
Unfortunate. His edification was most enjoyable.
I had no choice, Holy Oracle. This heretic imperiled the great journey.
Oracle, great journey. Why do you meddlers insist on using such inaccurate verbiage?
That is the Oracle. So it is. Come, we are leaving this system.
With those words, we cut back to Master Chief and the point where the story of this game really takes a nosedive. We figure out that the Covenant ship has teleported to another Halo ring. Oh boy, who could have seen that coming? And they are landing on it. Oh, I wonder what they're planning to do. You know? I really do wonder. Well, to be fair, the level that follows Delta Halo is pretty damn decent, but you know what is not decent, but what is amazing? The intro cutscene. Down to the name of this part of the level. It's actually just straight up Helldivers, and I dig it.
Would you like to move in sight? I'm going to keep a low profile. Once you leave the ship, you're on your own.
Understood. Over the target in 5.
Hang on to your helmet.
The plot of Delta Halo is about as bare bones as it gets. Master Chief and a group of Marines are deployed onto the ring to figure out what the prophet called Regret is up to, why he is here. And I don't mean that in the sense of what is he trying to do. We all know that he's trying to activate the ring. But more so, what does the Covenant want to achieve by activating the ring? Because, I mean, it'll kill everything, including them. Why do they want to activate it? Why did Regret attack Earth? Why did Regret attack Earth with such a small fleet? We are trying to encroach on Regret's position to gain all that info and more, and we do this in a level that is decently fun. It looks really cool, getting to walk through some ancient ruins while trying out a bunch of new weapons, a bunch of old weapons, fighting a bunch of enemies. It's sort of like a skill test of if you've been playing good up to this point in the game, you'll have no problem. If you're struggling with some of the new mechanics, you may have a few more problems, but it's a fine enough level. Nothing to write home about in a good or bad way.
Easier said than done. Inbound phantoms, Chief.
What, where? What even is a phantom? Drop out what you want to drop. There we go. 3 of each? No, only 2 elites. Alright, I can manage 2 elites, jeez. Starting off, we take care of these 2. Ouch! Alright! Marines, I am back! I just had to grab myself some nice little chalky treats for my tongue. I'm gonna eat. These are called Nutella Be Ready. Haven't eaten them yet, I'm gonna try them out. Hold up. Alright, Marines, let's do the taste test. Is this edible for war? Okay.
Got another contact.
It dissolves nicely on the tongue. Has good consistency, nice little chocolate filling. Marines, I think we can eat this. This is edible.
Hoorah!
Boom. Gotta love some vehicle sections. Boom. Who's next? That was... Can this thing fire, like, really quickly? I think it can. I think I got that guy. No, I didn't. Holy shit, this guy is tough. Boom! You're finally gone. You are now gone as well. You! Oh. Boom! Shield broken. Oh boy, tank flying! Come on, have some fun. Dude. Fuck, I missed. I can't afford to miss these. Boom. Perish. Here more. There we go. No intending to do so. Oh, I could have just done that. Nice to know. What happened? Oh, that was the mission. Or is this just a cutscene? Techno gib gab, techno flip flap. We get to listen to one of Regret's speeches in a cutscene where he says what we already know. He wants to turn on the Halo ring. And throughout the following level we will hear many more of his speeches that give him a little bit more of a character, which is nice, I guess. The following level, called Regret, however, is not very good. It's fine enough from a story standpoint. You know, it's all about you going to find this guy in his, like, secret temple out on, like, a big-ass lake. You get to hear some Covenant communications chatter all the way through, revealing that Regret actually was not even supposed to attack Earth. He did it completely on his own, and all the other Covenant leaders are of course quite pissed with him, which just begs the question even more as to why the Covenant wants to activate these rings in the first place, and how Earth plays into that plan. It's quite interesting, but still we have to wait a little bit more for the big revelation to occur. Yeah, but as I said, this level really isn't that special. It's more or less similar to what Delta Halo was, with a little bit less vehicle sections. There are some neat underwater sections, and the level ends with finding the Prophet of Regret and killing him in yet another abysmally bad boss battle where he just shoots a large orb at you, then you hit him in the face. He teleports, spawns a few enemies, rinse and repeat until he's dead. But it does have a quite epic ending cutscene. The capital ship of the Covenant, called High Charity, warps into view alongside the largest Covenant fleet ever seen by human eye, and they then proceed to basically glass the entire area you were just fighting the Prophet on. And a little bit of a question arises, because they would have absolutely killed him with this attack as well. I mean, discontent between the Prophets was already clear, but killing him is a bit much, unless there's a greater plan at play. So yeah, this super attack almost gets the Master Chief killed, but he falls into the lake below and narrowly survives, but gets knocked unconscious. And his fate is not yet revealed, because for the next two missions we yet again cut back to the Arbiter. After retrieving Guilty Spark, he and Tartarus and the rest of the brutes return to High Charity, and there is quite the worrying scene that the Arbiter gets to witness, because after failing to protect the Prophet of Regret, the Prophets have decided to relieve the elites of their guard duties, instead replacing them with grunts. Either way, with Guilty Spark now under their control, the Covenant has learned what they need to activate their ring. We also learn why they're trying to activate the ring. The Great Journey. The Covenant believes that upon activating a ring, getting killed by the ring's divine waves will not just send you into a black void of nothingness, but into the afterlife. You will have been redeemed and get to live in the upper echelon of existence along the forerunners that built the rings. They of course know nothing about the Flood or what the protocol is. It's what Guilty Spark was talking about. The Covenant knows not what they are doing. They are too blinded by religion. And I'm gonna go on a little bit of a detour here, because as a religious person myself, I really like this plot. Nowadays in games and movies, most you will get is either Christian movies that don't make me pray to my God because I have something I want to say, but because I am screaming and begging for the sweet release of death.
Doesn't he get?
When you fight against God, you always lose. Just like that pharaoh there is about to find out.
Or you get, oh, you're religious? Sounds kind of fascist to me, blood. Let me own the chuds and execute you, cause democracy. But this game manages to avoid falling into either one of those holes of despair, because religion is criticized fairly. It's not treated as something bad. But in contrast, there's several things that are portrayed as very good about it, such as unifying a lot of species and people for a good cause. What this game critiques isn't religion itself. It is being so blinded by your beliefs that you refuse to know. You just want to believe. There's obviously some historical comparisons to be drawn, with the prophets using religion as their excuse to go into all of these wars and commit all of this sin for the greater good of their gods, but that's not what I want to focus on. What I think is done well is that while religion isn't treated as something bad, it is shown just how far it can really go into the wrong direction, because even when the oracles that the prophets themselves deem as holy tell them, hey, it may send you to the Forerunners, who knows, we don't. What we do know is that this thing sure as hell wasn't built to send you to the Forerunners. Then the prophets begin claiming that the oracles themselves are heretics. They are so blinded. I don't know, I'm going on with this way too much. I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm not even sure if anything that I just said made sense. Anyways, we're on to a level that really sucks ass. Sacred Icon is a level that I have almost nothing positive to say about. The plot revolves entirely around you going into the library of this Halo ring and trying to find the index inside of it. This is the first of a two-parter, so of course you're not finding it in this level. The only thing that you will find here is tons of flood, really boring level design, and okay, there's one cool thing. This level introduces a new enemy called the Enforcer. It's this gigantic sentinel drone that has anti-infantry fire, anti-medium vehicle fire, and if you're in a heavy vehicle, it just straight up picks you up and crushes the car you're in. These enemies are super cool and super fun to fight, but besides their introduction in this level, there's nothing cool. There's barely even anything else I can say. You just walk, fight, and nothing really happens. No, stand and fight.
More bad things! Arbiter, protect!
Protect? What are you saying? It sounds like you're fucking coming. You know that meme? The Alvin getting hit meme? What in the name of fuck are you? Oh my lord, can you guys give me a break for one? You sound like Call of Duty zombies, motherfucker.
In the center of this zone is a sacred icon critical to the great journey. I must find it.
We shall cut into the heart of this infestation, retrieve the icon, and burn any flood that stand in our way. The parasite is not to be trifled with. I hope you know what you're doing.
Thankfully, the game redeems itself in the next mission. Quarantine Zone is, in my opinion, the first actually really good and enjoyable level since Metropolis. That was the level where the Covenant fled Earth. In this level, you mostly just drive vehicles and absolutely decimate your way into the library center to find the index. You get to drive this new vehicle that sort of looks like a bumper car with a machine gun on its back. It's cool as hell. But you can drive whatever the hell you want as you fight your way through dozens of sentinels and enforcers, as well as the Flood, who has learned to operate human vehicles. I'm kind of disappointed that you don't ever fight the UNSC as the Covenant. I think that's a really big missed opportunity, but I guess fighting UNSC vehicles is close enough. Maybe you'll get to do that in a later game, I don't know. But yeah, this level is just pure fun. It doesn't have that much story to it until its end, but it doesn't need to. It's just a really big, dumb action fun brawl. And that's something that you really need after all of these levels, which were terrible, but only carried above absolutely abysmal by their decent story. Survive. Boom! Good job, Tank. Oh, Tank! What the fuck? Ow! Okay, Warthog. Gosh, this level's already so much better. Well, boy. Also, where are my checkpoints? I feel like I should be getting some of these. Like this whole ass area, I haven't gotten a single fucking one. Oh, there we go. Cool, I missed the easiest shot ever. Boom. Ow! Okay, I swear to fuck. You're doing that on purpose!
Yeah, no shit, honey!
Steal a new thing. Ouch! Come on, that's just mean. You have much more important threats to worry about than me. Ow! Oh, are you like stupid? I think you are. But I feel like that idea did work a little bit better. So we're gonna still do it. Take out that big drone, the small ones first. And then get out of the tank. Walk up. It begins flying and lands on top of me. Yeah, cool. Sure. Okay. What the fuck was that? The level, sadly, towards its end does get a little bit worse with another slow-moving platform section where you're back on foot with Tartarus in a ship and you just fight a lot of Flood. Some have shotguns and they are really annoying to fight. But this short, bad section at the end quickly redeems itself with a pretty damn good final cutscene.
How you doing?
You all right? Johnson!
Excellent work, Arbiter. The Hierarchs will be pleased.
Icon is my responsibility.
Was your responsibility. Now it is mine. A bloody fate awaits you and the rest of your incompetent race. And I, Tartarus, chieftain of the brutes, will send you to it.
And the prophets learn of this, that they will take your head
when they learn. Fool. They ordered me to do it.
So yes, the Arbiter has been betrayed by the Prophets and the Grunts and is now thus ripe for his redemption arc. And Now he and Master Chief have both fallen down a big hole, or in Master Chief's case a big lake, so you know that in the following level they are about to finally meet again. This is cool in of its own, you know, but what really helps it is how they get together, because they don't just fall into the same hole, they have been captured. This game has so far really expanded the factions. We learned a lot about the UNSC, a whole lot about the Covenant. Now it is time for us to expand on the faction of the Flood. And the game does this by finally showing us who is the leader, the Kaiju God, the Overlord, the Mastermind. Well, who is not really fitting in this case. I think I should be using what.
I am a monument to all your sins.
By any chance, can I use that armor of yours later? I have shit in mine.
Do not waste my time with talk.
There is much talk, and I have listened through rock and metal and time. Now I shall talk, and you shall listen.
If you can tear your eyes away from the Lovecraftian horror beyond comprehension currently visible on screen, let me quickly inform you what this thing basically tells us. In short, it reveals what we the player already know to the characters, and mostly the Arbiter. The Great Journey and the Containment Protocol for the Flood are both the exact same thing. Activating the ring destroys the universe, and with the purpose of destroying the Flood. So yes, our Arbiter is now fully ready for his redemption arc. Gravemind, that's the name of this giant kaiju, teleports Master Chief and the Arbiter away so that they can retrieve the index and prevent the ring from being activated. And that is what happens in the 4 final levels of this game. Master Chief gets teleported onto the Covenant capital ship of High Charity, where he is tasked with tracking down the remaining 2 prophets and retrieving the key from them. Well, the level is fine. It is jaw-droppingly beautiful. It is so cool to be able to walk over the Covenant capital ship. Like, the variety in maps in this game is insane. In terms of new content, you get to fight the Brutes, so what I think is the very first time in this game. They're a fine enemy. They're like sort of a mix of everything you have up to now. They are really strong and beefy, like the elites. They can throw grenades like the grunts, and they have their own mechanics where they have grenade launchers, and if you kill everyone but one in a pack of them, the final one will go berserk and begin using melee attacks against you while running around like a gorilla. They're cool, they're just really annoying in the sheer amount of them that they appear in. Yeah, the level just drags on for way too long, again in my opinion, with way too many enemies. However, there is one thing that happens towards the latter half that really gets it back up from being bad. Throughout this whole level, you get to hear like the prophets speaking through the microphone speakers or some shit. And you get to basically hear the last part of their religious plan. They've decided to only now reveal that, in their religious minds, only the most worthy will be accepted onto the Great Journey. Thus, the prophets, the brutes, and the jackals have formed an alliance against the hunters, elites, and grunts. And you, the Master Chief, basically get to watch this civil war unfold around you, as you yourself are caught in the middle of it. That is very cool and epic, but as I said, besides that, this level is just way too long. More brute shot ammo, please? No? Fuck. Ow. Ow, you're locked. he pinned me in a corner wrestling style. I both hate and love that. I still don't get the health bar system in this game, by the way. I have no clue how I know if I am good or bad on health. I guess there is not even, because there's like no med packs. Remember med packs? Yeah, those existed. Completely forgot that that was even a thing in the first Halo. Gosh, don't return to monkey. Alright, so is there any specific reason as to why in the fuck I am not allowed to join or like just leave? They literally just told me to leave. Like, holy fuck! Why are you shooting at me? We have more important things to worry about now. At least the music goes fucking hard. Gosh, you suck. Alright. Where do these fuckers keep their stupid grenade launchers? There we go. Okay, I know where one is. Just gotta get there without getting killed. Alright, now let's get back up! Was that it? Just one bullet?
Hang on. I'm picking up 2 more transponders. It's the Commander and Johnson.
Finally.
They're closing on Truth's position, Chief. They'll need your help.
Cortana, I need help. The level concludes as I had predicted earlier, while Tartarus receives the index from the Prophet of Truth, or whatever the hell this guy is called, so that he can activate the ring. The Flood invades High Charity and kills the second prophet. But the last prophet, of course, now just leaves him to die, because he is super evil and he has planned all of this from the very beginning, so that he is now the last remaining leader of the Covenant. It's basic evil villain guy stuff. But the end result is still the same. Tartarus now has the key and is heading back onto the ring to activate it, while the Prophet is trying to escape High Charity as it's being invaded to somewhere we don't yet know. The following level, Uprising, yet again switches perspectives back onto the Arbiter. And I'm gonna be honest, this level is completely and utterly and entirely carried by the story. It is, from a narrative standpoint, very, very good and emotional to see the Arbiter see his entire race get betrayed and slaughtered in the name of religion. Like the Covenant hasn't already taken away enough from the elites. But besides that, I struggle to find anything positive or noteworthy to say about this level. You are running through this like forest area, just fighting hordes of brutes upon brutes. I guess it's pretty cool to see the grunts working with you, like getting to see this enemy you've basically made fun of become a very close ally that will stand back to back with you while fighting off much tougher enemies. That is very cool, and some pretty damn epic moments can arise from that, but it's nothing that's exclusive to the level, so yeah, just nothing much to talk about. They're not gonna give me this music for nothing. Someone is shooting at me, but I just did a sick ass roll and dodged on accident. Holy hell, they are really hellbent on getting me dead, aren't they? Oh my lord, they have grunts helping me out. This mission is getting good again. Holy shit, this is actually amazing. I never thought I want to fight alongside grunts on that. I need your Banshee. Brother, give it to me. Thank you. Cutting back to Master Chief, we get the mission High Charity, which just like Uprising is a bit of a nothing burger. It's fun to play through, but really there's no reason on replays to specifically replay this level. It's just a big fun action fest you can enjoy, and there's that. Narratively, all that happens is that you leave Cortana behind on the High Charity so she can begin overloading the generators or something. I don't even know why she stays here, but you're just fighting on High Charity again, this time against the Flood. I guess it's kind of cool to see the Gravemind taking over High Charity, and the multi-faction battles are of course always a joy to fight. As I said, the level isn't bad, it's still fun. It's like a 5 out of 10 level. You can enjoy it, but after you've played it once, you are probably never gonna go back to it unless you very specifically want to fight Flood on High Charity. Alright. We're repeating voice lines a lot. I think I broke the game.
You've got to get aboard.
Cortana, I can't exactly just run through this, you know? Love it or hate it, there are a lot of Flood. They are towering on each other. They are using advanced roadblock tactics. Fair enough.
Chief, when you get to Earth, good luck.
After I'm through with truth.
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
Final level of the game sees you as the Arbiter joining forces with Halfjaw again, who has managed to survive the massacre of the elites. And the level is thankfully, you know, since it's the final level, decently fun. You start off driving a vehicle in a short vehicle section, and you go on foot and rescue / meet up with Sergeant Johnson again, and you two now team up as he controls a scarab that you have to give fire support from a flying Banshee Ghost, whatever the hell you call this thing vehicle. That set piece is quite nice. I like covering fire from a flying vehicle while my allies drive a big ass super walker. That is cool as hell. But then the level of course comes to its absolute apex with the confrontation of the Arbiter and Tartarus. You know, look, I swear I can, yeah. There we go. Easy as that.
Come, human. It is easy. Take the icon in your hands. And do as you are told.
Please use caution. This reclaimer is delicate.
One more word, Oracle, and I'll rip your eye from its socket. Which is nothing compared to what I'll do to you.
Tartarus, stop.
Impossible.
Put down the icon.
Put it down and disobey the Hierarchs?
There are things about Halo even the Hierarchs do not understand.
Take care, Arbiter. What you say is heresy.
Is it? Oracle, what is Halo's purpose?
Collectively, the seven...
Not another word!
Please. Don't shake the light bulb. If you want to keep your brain inside your head, I tell those boys to chill. Go ahead. Do your thing.
The sacred rings, what are they?
Weapons of last resort, built by the Forerunners to eliminate potential flood hosts, thereby rendering the parasite harmless.
And those who made the rings? What happened to the Forerunners?
After exhausting every other strategic option, my creators activated the rings. They and all additional sentient life in 3 radii of the galactic center died as planned. Would you like to see the relevant data?
Tartarus, the prophets have betrayed us.
No, Arbiter! The great journey has begun, and the brutes, not the elite, shall be the prophet's escort.
The game culminates in a final boss battle against Tartarus that is, just like all other boss battles, kind of dog shit. You just run away from him while he swings his hammer, wait for Johnson to snipe him and break his shield, and then you hit him until he dies. Honestly, very disappointing. But the ending of this game is anything but. Our heroes barely manage to stop the ring from firing, or at least they stop it from firing the death rays. It still fires off something, a signal flare, and we don't know what this flare does until Guilty Spark reveals it to us. Because the ring was supposed to fire but interrupted in the process, it has sent out a distress call to all other rings that something could theoretically keep them from firing even if the protocol is followed. Thus they have all been set to remote control. All you need to do is press the correct button at the correct place and all Halo rings will instantly activate without second thought, wiping the entirety of the universe clean. And you can take a wild guess as to where this button is located. To give you a hint, it connects to the very reason that this whole entire game even took place. The Covenant assault on...
Contact, unknown classification. It isn't one of ours. Take it out.
This is Spartan 117.
Anyone hear me? Over.
Isolate that signal. Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
For me, Halo 2 is a giant improvement over the first installment in pretty much every way. I really like the gameplay refinements, such as dual-wielding pistols or being able to steer vehicles, or the removal of the health bar. It just works so much better in my opinion and plays so much better. The story was of course also a lot better in this game. The Arbiter gives it an actual emotional core. But I do have to say, while there was not a single level that was as bad as many of Halo 1's levels, like Assault in the Control Room, Two Betrayals, etc., the overall quality stayed a lot more in the middle. In Halo 1 you had very, very bad levels, a few mid and very, very good levels. Here most of the levels are just fine. Like the very, very good levels are all contained to the beginning and the very bad levels are contained more to the middle. It is definitely hard to compare, but I overall enjoyed it a lot more. So yes, Halo 2 gets itself a higher placement on my tier list so far, but how the Halo franchise truly will at the end stand on this tier list of games remains to be seen, because next up is ODST.